I wanted to give a testimonial to my experience with the MedBed 9010. Um, it was absolutely amazing. I used it for the first time 4 hours, and I took a small break, and then got in again, and then a small break, and then one more time for the during that course of the 8 hour time frame. For me, the first part was just the feeling, the sensation. I could feel the energy. I could feel the vibration. If I had to compare it to something that some of you might understand, it would be kind of like if you're in the ocean and the waves come up against you. It was sort of like that, but it was an energy feel, and I could feel the energy, and I could just feel it going through me, and gently. It was very gentle, and just I set the intention of what I wanted, and instead of picking like healing this disease or this one or that, I just kind of looked for perfect harmony in my body, and that all of my cells were healthy and happy and just rejuvenated like they needed to be. And I believe in past lives and concurrent timelines and dimensions, so I went into that realm as well, and just saying that the harmony of my body was across all timelines, dimensions, past, present, and future. What was really amazing to me was that for the first time in probably 15 years, my body was totally pain free, which was a huge thing for me, because I have, it's when you're in with pain every day, you're used to it. So it's like the whole scale. It's like most of you who are in pain, you'll understand this. When they ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain level like? Well, when you're in pain every day, that scale really doesn't fit, because after a while, what may be a 9 or 10 becomes a 1 or a 2, because you're used to it and you learn to deal with it, and you have your own ways for meditation to whatever to make that lesson for you. But being in the med bed was so phenomenal for me, because there was no pain. It wasn't a 1 to 10 scale. It was none, no pain whatsoever. I could see, for me, because I kept my eyes closed, I was in the room dark, but I could actually kind of see lights and shifting. I could feel my energy shifting. I could feel the vibration in my body, and just that sense of peace and calm was really phenomenal. And even after I took like the first one, about 3.5 hours, so I took a break, and it wasn't like I took the break and then everything went away. It wasn't that way at all for me. It was still kind of like resonating in my body, and in a very good way. I could feel just that energy shift for myself. And I work a lot making sure that my energy is high and my frequencies are high. So this was on top of that, was really amazing. And just a sense of calm. And then later on I went back again. The second time was a little bit different. It wasn't as, I mean, it wasn't less than, but there wasn't, it was because of all the energy from before. I could still feel that coming through. And with the second one, I still set the same intention, and just the part for being, in harmony with my body, and being where I needed to be, and understanding, what's going on with my body. Why is it that this is happening? Or what is it that the lesson for me? Because I really believe that everything's a lesson that we need to learn. And how can I take away from this, and what can I improve on? So there was that sense of just some things that just kind of knowing that I didn't feel before. And there was also this calmness that continued to come through, and just a settling effect, I guess, would be a good way to explain it. And at one point, it was kind of like if you've ever watched any of the space movies, like Star Trek or whatever, where they kind of go into hyperspace and you see that speed across and all the different lights and stream. It was kind of like that feeling, sensing those. And at one point, there was even the sense of there were beings there with me. So having some type of, I don't know if you want to call, what name you want to put to that, guardian angels, celestials, whatever. But there was that sense that there was other people there watching, some kind of being there watching over me and keeping me safe, which was really cool. But for me, the biggest part, and like I said, I did this all in 8 hours, about a total. I probably used the bed a total of maybe 6.5 of the 8 hours that I had the ability to access it. But the takeaway for me was that if you're going in and you're going to use this, take advantage of, know exactly. And like I said, I didn't say heal this disease or that disease, because I felt that even a disease in our body is because there's something that's not in harmony. And so for me, it was more about putting everything back in harmony in my body. But I would definitely suggest that you try it while it's free. Give yourself the chance. Make sure that you're in a place where you're not going to be distracted, because that's so important. And have faith, because your belief has a lot to do with this. And so if you're putting yourself in that place and you're taking advantage of this amazing technology, you'll be just so I can't imagine anybody using this and not coming away with some type of a blessing from it. So I would highly recommend it. I'm going to apply to see if I can't be part of the research program, because I want to be able to have that ability. And just, yeah, totally, I would highly, highly recommend. Give it a chance, because you don't know till you try it, but I think that you'll be amazed once you do. Thank you.